Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome. In today's video, we are working on the R8. Hopefully in today's video, I can go on my first drive. Now this car's been sitting here for a week now. We are still waiting for all airbags. Still don't know what I'm gonna do with the seatbelt. The vehicle still needs work, but it does start. It does run and drive in theory. But we're gonna try to confirm that today. The one thing I did do off video is install a new Audi battery. We did not get it programmed yet. The fuse that was preventing the vehicle from starting, I have the fuse, I have not installed it. So literally battery is the only thing I've done off video. These tires got delivered yesterday or the day before yesterday. And it's actually been raining last 3 days. So without wheel fender liners, I didn't want to drive it. I didn't want to work on it. I didn't want to do anything. So today's a beautiful day. This whole week should be a beautiful day, and my goal is today, within the next 2-3 hours, is actually get these new tires installed on all 4 wheels. This one right here is a wheel and tire combo. And then actually take it out of the garage and go for our first drive, see how well it runs, see how well it shifts, and yeah, that's where we're gonna start. So I think what I need to do now is actually make some room, get some jacks underneath the car, and start pulling off these tires. Before I start, I want to show you guys, look at how wide this tire is. This is my hand. This is a 305, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, 305 30 20-inch tire. Like, this is massive. I have big hands, but wow, that's huge. What I have here, I apologize for the, I guess, bad lighting, in theory is a brand new Audi rim and a brand new tire. Plastic stuff is off. Now, I can pull all of this apart. I do see an Audi rim in there. It's a good sign, guys. There we go. And it looks like it matches. And we got 305 30 ZR20. Looks like the same tire. Looks brand new. Let's get this old one off and get this one on there. We have a slight problem. So the jack point is somewhere right here. I'll have to get underneath to look. But my jack is not low enough to get under there. So what I'm going to do, and I've done this on other vehicles, is put a piece of wood somewhere back here. Problem is, I don't know how well it will do with the tire being off like that. So basically the goal is drive up, it will give me enough clearance, put the jack underneath, raise it, and then we could take off the tires and wheels. Alright, let's get a cold start so we could get this thing kind of moved over. This is a cold start. It does have a pretty nice no. This really is a beautiful machine, and I absolutely love this display. That is beautiful. So I am starting to think once I start to move back, that wood is gonna slide. But let's find out. Check surrounding. Yep. Which I have encountered this before, which is okay. We'll figure it out. Don't know if I got on or not. Hey, I did get on. Look at that, guys. So we are dead center, but something tells me it might not be enough clearance. Okay, we're gonna find out shortly. I think I have made it. I did. So actually, before I lift it up too high, I'm gonna kill the car first. And second, I need to undo the lug bolts, nuts, I'm not sure where they are. The car is up, both front and rear. I actually like that it's almost, you know, a center access point. Don't like that this is still on. Where are you on? There you go. So yeah, I got these pre-loosened. I'm gonna take them off completely and we can go to the tire shop. Okay, I got the front tire off. And yeah, it's pretty bald. Kind of surprised. I mean, the car has like 40,000 miles, if that. I don't remember, 34 maybe, 32,000 miles. How are the tires this bald? That's a lot of negligence and bad driving. Just look at this, guys. This is so bald. Like, this is rough. But it looks like brake pads are nearly new, at least for the rear. I will take a look at the fronts. So this could go to the side. This is not going to a tire shop. Now we could try to mount this one. Before I do, guys, look at the difference in tread. Like, this almost looks like a slick tire compared to that one. One installed. Now let's go get this one replaced. Hopefully there will be no line. Hopefully they get it done quickly. I need my hat. And hopefully my time, within the next hour, I can drive this thing. Well guys, this kind of sucks. Hour and a half to swap one tire, but I mean, they are pretty packed, but still sucks.
A few moments later.
Well guys, I ain't driving nothing. You wanna know why? Look at that. This R8 wheel, no good. I mean, I'm sure they could fix it, somebody, but shoot, man. Alright, well, going home, grabbing the other two, at least making some kind of progress. But shoot, I didn't even see that. That's brutal. Kind of fixed up the alignment. I mean, this was done by eye, and I would say it's actually done pretty well. You know, by eye again. So now, I'm just gonna take this thing off the 2x4. And then start working on the other side. Now I gotta go forward. No, yeah, forward. Well guys, very disappointed. I mean, we're still making progress with this thing. It runs now, so there's a whole bunch of pluses, but I try to take off these and we don't have the security key or security lock for the lug nuts. And one of the wheels, as you guys saw, has a hole in it, so I'm gonna order one today. I'm gonna find it. I mean, yeah, sucks. We're definitely starting to eat into the profit and really delay the project, but Airbag should be here next week, 2 of them, the other one in 2 weeks essentially, so we're probably another month out fixing this thing and like fully done. And like the other thing we have to do, I have my actually windshield guy here doing a car, but this leather, so one, he said this windshield could be only bought from Audi, and I don't know how much it's gonna be because, well, fudge. The other thing is, see this leather, I don't know why it's all scrunched up like that, so we'll have to pull it off the windshield, and then probably have to drive it with no windshield to a guy that does leather, have him fix it, and then drive it back, and then have my windshield guy install the windshield. Yeah, still a long way to go. So to be completely honest with you guys, I'm almost take it back to Copart, or like take it to an auction and just sell it there. I just almost like I don't have time to kind of do this. Like while I'm trying to grow a business, something like this that takes away a lot of time, I don't know if I have it. Just being real. So we'll see. Several days later. Well guys, it's been about 2 days since the last clip. We have a lot more info on the R8. So we're missing 2 security lug nuts or bolts from this side. Tried to take off this tire and that one, and we have security lug nuts or bolts. Don't have the key. Tried to throw a socket on there, and it's like a double security system. So if you're ever trying to steal an R8 wheel, good luck. It's almost like foolproof. So see, the socket is on there. Now we can't get the socket off, so I am moving forward, trying to remove the seat so that I could start maybe working on the headliner and pulling out the airbags from this side. And then we'll need to get this patched up. So just starting to kind of progress on other aspects of the car. And the update we have, so we're missing a whole bunch of parts. A few of you have reached out to me and said, hey, I looked at this car in person. All the parts were there. So thank you to everyone who reached out to me. There was a handful of you guys. But clearly we're missing parts. So we reached out to Ken. He was supposed to get those parts for us last Monday. Today's actually Wednesday, so a week and a half later, we still don't have an update from him. We spoke to Ken, well basically reached out asking for the phone number of the shop. Figured, hey, Ken is busy, maybe we'll work directly with the shop. The shop owner was a dick, to say it nicely. He basically said there's a disagreement between him and Ken. He has the parts. He says, I have the front stuff, I have the wheel liners, I have the windshield wipers, I have everything. Ken owes me 1,200 bucks, so pay me 1,200 bucks and you can have the parts. How am I in this? Like, that's between you and Ken, but I do need the parts. And again, the guy was extremely unpleasant. It was like, what the heck just happened type of conversation, very hostile. Clearly there seems like a lot of negativity going on between the two, but how is this my fault? You know what I mean? Like, it seems like this dude purposely pulled the parts just so that he could somehow have leverage over Ken, but Ken sold the car. Like, you know, in theory he's not obligated, nor does he care. I care because I'm the one with the car now, and I'm trying to rebuild it, get it back on the road, and, you know, sent off to a new home. In theory, 1,200 bucks, I will pay that for the, you know, all the missing parts. But now it's like with the conversation with the guy, he seems like he can't be necessarily trusted. So, okay, I pay him that, and then what? He says, pay me 1,000 bucks for shipping, and then what? You know, it's almost like a really, really dishonest rabbit hole. And honestly, don't really know what to do. I mean, we're gonna move forward with the parts we have and the parts that are coming on the way, but this is far from what I expected. And yeah, this sucks, guys, but welcome to the journey, you know? Sometimes this happens, and could I have seen it coming? No. Seems like even Ken didn't really know what was going on. But this mechanic guy clearly kind of didn't know what he was doing either. Broke a whole bunch of plastic pieces in the front. I mean, he pulled parts apart, and I suspect he's the one who cracked the windshield just a little bit, but enough to crack it where it's noticeable. So very, very annoying. And I've had this car for literally a month now from the day that I purchased it. I still haven't driven it. I mean, at least it starts, but that's like 90 grand in climbing in this for what? Anyways, very, very tough situation. I actually stopped on the removal of the seat. Figured, let me start on the headliner, take that out. But I will need to most likely remove the seat regardless to get to the seat belt, and I did find 2 seat belts that are supposedly in great condition. They work and they retract for I think 400 bucks plus like $15 shipping. So those should be here later this week. Now I'm gonna try to figure out how this airbag is mounted, and then I guess see if I need to take off the headliner to replace the airbag once it comes in. This section, I have no idea. Maybe even remove this weather strip and kind of go from there. But yeah, learning process, learning curve. Wife is jumping in to help. And we are basically just trying to remove airbags and then headliner. So we got to this one. It had a black cap on it. And it looks like this is an 8mm possibly. No, it's a 10. Which might be a little bit better because I have a 10mm. One of these. So it's a lot easier. So we'll take that one off, and then there's one right underneath it. We got the airbag connector disconnected, so now, in theory, you know that? In theory, this should just slide out. So the bottom one is out. There we go, guys. There's our old Audi airbag. So the new one is coming. Seems like fairly straightforward install. And then we'll have to get someone to stitch it up. So now I have to figure out how to take that apart and then essentially get this rear disconnected, because I will need access to all of this in order to get this seatbelt out when the new ones come in. 30, 40, maybe an hour update. Got that apart. Headliner still in, no idea how to do that. But we are just about ready to, I think, take off this rear trim panel. Okay, so I'll need to do that side first. Get this one off. Once that's out, then technically this should come out. This should give me access to this side panel, and that should expose the seatbelt from both sides. And then essentially the car is ready for new seatbelts. Alrighty, well, that's what it looks like. I apologize, the lighting isn't the best here, but we are that much closer to taking off all of this extra stuff right here so that we could get to the seatbelts. Seatbelts that I don't even have yet, that will be here in probably a few days, so hopefully I don't forget how to do this. I'm trying to memorize, you know, where I leave stuff, and I mean, it's more or less self-explanatory, just bolts, nuts, a few screws, and a whole bunch of clips. There's our seatbelt retractor right here. Like literally it's nearly out. And guys, look. What is this? It was literally like locked. And now, unlocked. My only thing is, maybe, because we do have power to the car, maybe because airbags blew, maybe that's why it wasn't working. But as of right now, I'm putting everything back together, and this side does not need a new airbag or a new seatbelt. Okay guys, update. Seatbelt retracts, seatbelt buckles, had wife sit in there, seatbelt locks. There it is, I'm pulling on it. So, I think this side is ready to go, and honestly didn't even need a new seatbelt. Kinda sucks that I got two on the way, huh? Oh, but anyways, I'm gonna try to do the other side now. See if we're just as lucky. If not, then well, good thing I have two seatbelts on the way, huh? Guys, the driver's seatbelt, same story. I don't need a new one. So something is starting to look like the mechanic who was trying to fix the car for Ken. Maybe saw an older gentleman and tried to take advantage of him. Because the seatbelts were almost like twisted and crunched up in the hole, which is not a characteristic of, you know, after accident seatbelt condition. But essentially straightened it out, undid the bottom bolt, and driver's side works like it should. So I literally don't need two seatbelts. So we're putting everything back together. Unfortunately, there was a lot of work that was done that's not needed. Fortunately, I can say I worked on an R8, at least, you know, up to this point, quite in depth, and she can say the same thing now too. We are going to pause the video here. So as you guys can see, I got the bottom portion. Well, I guess you can't really see Very well. I got the bottom portion down, yep, and you won't see it from there. I have the headliner down. I have to figure out how to drop the front portion. Once I drop the front portion, I will be able to replace the current airbags. So I'm gonna wrap it up here. I did not drive the car as I planned to in this video, but I did do other things that I didn't plan on doing in this video. So progress is being made. One of the airbags is here. I don't even know which one, but the Audi dealership is like 40 minutes from where we live, maybe even more. So just want to wait for the other airbags to come in, like all of them, and then we just make one full trip and go pick them up. Okay, so again, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for watching this video. I appreciate your time. If you're not subscribed yet, subscribe. We're gonna try to make some videos, and you know, at the end of this project, we're gonna run through the numbers. If I sell it by then, I'll tell you guys how much money I made on this whole fiasco. It's definitely been good and bad up to this point. Yeah, still a long ways to go, but for the most part, if I would have new tires on it, the car would be drivable, which I don't. But by the way, I did purchase a new rim for it. It's coming, should be here in a few days, so hopefully next video I do get to start it, drive it, take it down the road, actually experience what this thing can do, and we'll kind of go from there. So again, I appreciate your support. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in another video.